Hello everyone, welcome or welcome back. It's Paula here with Paula's Imperfect Plans. On my channel, I share all things my personal finance and my budgeting, and today we are doing our weekly spending tracking. That is where we go into and look at our spending over the last week. The majority of, I've changed it up a little bit because I'm actually not doing as much cash as I was doing before. A lot of our categories won't be cash, and so you will just see the spending amount, and I'll show you how I subtract those out of the categories. There are a few things that are still in cash because I do have the cash envelopes that we fund with our minis and our savings challenges. Those are in there, but we'll just go ahead and go through our spending. So I spent $90 getting my hair done. I'll try to put a picture in. I got the purple redone again. It fades out so quickly, but I'm a big fan. So that's coming from the hair category, which will be in cash. From my spending, I put $10. There is our local small coffee shop. I have a gift card to it and it's reloadable. So I added $10 from my spending onto that gift card. I also got a Blizzard from Dairy Queen one day when I was at work, $5.34, also coming from my spending. One Saturday night, there's a restaurant. I didn't put any more specific than pub, just for whatever, so a small amount of anonymity. But they have, my son really likes to go there, but it's fairly expensive. And so my daughters had a sleepover with my mom, and I was just like not feeling it. I was like, I would just like some peace and quiet to like clean my house and stuff. So my husband and son went out to eat. So dine out, $40. And then my husband brought me home Chinese that night, $13.86. $16.98 was from McDonald's. Could not tell you why. I know it was McGriddles because that's the only thing. I'm like, we're so tired of McDonald's having it be like the only fast food here. But I feel like it was a 3 McGriddle day, but I don't know why. I think the boys were doing something and me and my daughters went and did something. I couldn't even tell you the reason for it. $16.10 is going to come from home. I have detergent and TP, but it's actually toothpaste and dish soap that I had to get that day at the dollar store. So I was actually going out of town for work on Tuesday, and they kept pushing the time we were leaving back, and I was already kind of in the general area of where we were meeting just because I had gone there early to work for a little bit, and they kept pushing it back because my boss was at her daughter's volleyball game, and then that volleyball game changed and her daughter didn't play first, they played second, whatever. So I was like, you know what, I'm 20 minutes away from the town with like all the stuff, so I went and did some shopping. I spent $6.40 at Hobby Lobby. I got a little pack of like thin washi tapes, and then a year's worth of like monthly stickers, like title stickers. Like these. I can't even remember the brand of them right now. But anyway, I got 2 things at Hobby Lobby. That's coming from Plan and Budget. Then, okay, so we had a Walmart trip, and it was a big mixed bag of what all was in it, and the total of the Walmart trip was actually $52.75, but a good portion of the things that we purchased were for Halloween, so I took my $40 that I had saved for Halloween and put it towards that, so the last $12.75 came from home. It had Halloween items in it, it had home stuff in it, it had some stuff for the kids, whatever. It was a whole... It was myriad things, categories. So I'm just taking the last $12.75 from home after Halloween covered the first $40. Okay, so we have 3 grocery purchases. Tub of ice cream the other day, $5.88. Our weekly grocery trip. Usually I do this a little bit earlier, so today's Sunday. Normally I have this out around Thursday. But so we will probably be going to the grocery store again, maybe tomorrow or Tuesday to last us. For the second time for the pay period. So $144.99 also went to that week of groceries. And then earlier on, this was actually first, I think right after we got paid. $9.96 was for a couple things of ice cream from groceries. I get YouTube Premium for myself, but I do not take it out of household bills because it is entirely a Paula indulgence. So that comes from my spending. I got 2 shirts. I found this shirt that I really, really liked on Amazon, and I just absolutely adore it. And then I ended up getting some hamburger grease on it, and so there's still some grease that didn't come out no matter how much I Dawn dishwashing detergented it. But I got 2 more. They were some discounted price. They were on sale in a couple different colors. So I got 2 of them, $23.52 from Close. Then I went to Ross. So this is what else I did the day that I went to Hobby Lobby before I left with my coworkers. And this one I hesitate. So I bought a water bottle and I bought a purse. I'm really struggling with my purse situation because I need like a structured purse that sits up and doesn't like fall over. But everything that I buy reminds me of my mom, and I feel it's old lady-ish, even though it's not old lady-ish. I see young people all of the time carrying purses like that, but I'm really struggling. Anyway, I bought a water bottle and a purse. I might return the purse. I'm still on the fence about that. I'm going to put it here, and I subtracted it, so I'm acting like I don't have that money in my spending anymore, but we'll see. The purse was $17.99, and the water bottle was like 16 something, or something like that. So it added up to $37.43 with tax. So those are all of my categories. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the cash. We're going to get the cash in here for the categories that need cash. And then I will show you kind of how I'm tracking. I was tracking them. Last time you saw this, I was tracking them in here. I really don't like writing on laminated stuff. I really don't. I'm bad at it. It bugs me for some reason. So that's not where I did it with this paycheck, but you'll see that in a minute. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, so we'll start with hair. I got my hair done. Hopefully I remember to take a picture of that. 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay. So it still has 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, $29 still in there. $90 with a tip. I think it was like 75 and change maybe. And I love this girl. She gets me in whenever I want to get her in, and she's just fantastic. And she happens to be married to my cousin, and she lives like 2 miles up the gravel road from me, so she's not technically in our town. She has a shop like on their property. I don't know. I just like her. And I like supporting people who branch out and do small business things, right? Okay, what other things come out in cash? Not very many. So that was in cash. The home needs to be in cash. So I have 13 and 16. Okay, so 13 and 17 is 30. 20, 30. Whoops. From home. So now home has 20, 32. Okay, home and home. Grocery spending. So just clothes and plan and budget still come out of here. Let's do clothes first. 24. That was okay. Okay, let's not do clothes first. Let's do, what was the other one? Plan and budget. Okay, so well, I'm not going to have flipping ones here either. Let's do this instead, actually. 1, 2, that only has 4. That's not going to work. Get it together, Paula. Get it together. Okay, the kids always have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 5 is 10. Okay, and then I will take this 10, put it in my kids' envelope. Perfect. Now we have change. Voila! All right. We will still go, since I'm right here, I will still do, oh, I forgot what I was doing. Plan and budget. So plan and budget, we have 7 to Hobby Lobby. Is that it? So I'm going to put 10 in. I was thinking, the reason I asked that all weird is because I thought I had more than one plan and budget expense on here. Okay. All right. So that's 23 then that we have left in plan and budget. All right. I should do this because I actually want to see what we have for cash to make sure I added that right. Home, whoops, had 30. What do you need, love? And then clothes. So 24 is what we have here. So I guess I'm going to put 30 in and take 6 back. Whoops. So then 24 came from clothes, right? So hair, home, plan and budget, and clothes are the only ones that had cash associated with them. Cool. So if I do some math here, we have 23 plus 24 plus 90 plus 30 is 167 is what we should have here in cash. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. Oh, why did I put 23 at plan and budget? I didn't have 23 in plan and budget. I had 7. Okay. So I had $23 and change. Okay, 7 plus 90 plus 24 plus 30 is actually 151, which is what we have here, pretty sure. 20, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 151. Okay, that's what we have right there. And then I don't want to figure out the roundups because, well, I guess I can for these items. What came from home? 1610, 640, 1275. And the total of the cash items is $148.77. So our roundup there would be $2.23 that it would add back into our budget when we put the $151 in cash. And then the ones that got paid for with cash were these. Okay, perfect. So now I will show you. I've been putting it in my mini happy planner because that's my everyday on the go planner, always having it with me. So let me find where I did the finance pages. Still getting used to this. Okay, so for groceries, you'll see that I added $350. That was what I budget for 2 weeks. I subtracted the $996, the $144.99, and the $588, which I haven't done the final math on this yet. Minus 588 leaves us with 189.17, and we have today's Sunday, so we have 5 days, four full days left till payday, and we will definitely get groceries once during that time period, so that will be there. I haven't spent any out of our drinks category. Just move this out of the way, sorry about that. Okay, for dine out, so we had our 100, we subtracted 40, which was 60. 60 minus 1386 was 4614, minus 1698 for the McDonald's was 2916. And then this one, so that was actually on Venmo, so I totally forgot to put it on the thing because it just came out of my checking account. But there's an actual dairy farm on the way back from the town that we had to go to for my son's basketball game over the weekend. They have a dairy, and then inside they have like a building on the dairy that has soft serve ice cream like made from their milk, and they have like different like flavors of the day. And so there was like yesterday it was like black cherry and chocolate and then twist of the two, and then the other machine was vanilla and snickerdoodle and twist of the two. Anyway, they have, you know, their own that stuff, and then you can buy like sour cream and yogurt and stuff made. They just have like fridges with those in it, and then they have, I think must be some stuff from like other like small businesses in the area. So some like there is a goat farm in the general rural Iowa area that they do like caramel sauce, like ice cream topping that's made from goat stuff. Anyway, so they have this cute little store, and we stopped, and then it's kind of like honor system. You can write a check, you can leave cash, or you can Venmo. And I was like, cool, I'll just Venmo because I never carry cash and I didn't have my checkbook. Because I don't typically carry that. My husband's like, well, I'll just use my spending cash. And I was like, no, if they have Venmo, like that's totally fine. This can come right out of the debit account. I just they don't take cards. Anyway, so it's $5 for like a pretty big size bowl of their soft serve, and each of us got one on the way home. So that was $25. So we are left with $4.16 in our dine out account. We haven't spent anything in car wash, and work meals didn't even get funded with this paycheck. Okay, so here's my spending. So $70, there's the gift card, or $10 to reload the gift card, the YouTube Premium, subtract that, the Blizzard, and then the Ross stuff. So I'm left with $226, depending on whether or not I return that stuff to Ross. But I haven't been pulling all these that we just did in here. I didn't pull the cash out for those, so that money is all just sitting in my checking account because I didn't want to keep pulling cash and then paying it right back. So just trying this new way for a little while. But so that is what I have for today for our check-in. For our weekly spending tracking. So thank you so much for joining me today on this Sunday. I hope you had a wonderful weekend and that the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend is fantastic as well. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.